Alright, class 8, now we have to take up exercise questions from exercise 5.1, in which the first question is saying, for which of the following would you use a histogram to show the data? So histogram is something new that has been introduced to you in class 8. So the first example here is number of letters for different areas of in a postman's bag. नाउ नंबर ऑफ लेटर्स, नंबर जो है इनको आप इंटरवल फॉर्म में नहीं लिख सकते हो. ओके, तो नंबर्स, दिस फॉर दिस यू विल हैव टू यूज बार डायग्राम ओनली. वी यूज हिस्टोग्राम व्हेन वी हैव डेटा इन कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म और इन फॉर्म ऑफ इंटरवल, जो ग्रुप्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टेबल का प्रेजेंटेशन हमने सीखा था. ऑलराइट, सो व्हेन रेंज मेंशन होती है फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, देन फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर द लोअर लिमिट, upper limit of the first class matches up with the lower limit in that case. So whenever you can present data in that form, then you use histogram. And जब commodities होती हैं जिनको आप अलग अलग name दे सकते हो, then we use bar diagram. Like the next one, the height of the competitors in an athletic meet. For this we will choose to make a histogram because height का आप range बताओगे. Okay, say 130 to 140 सेंटीमीटर, 140 to 150 सेंटीमीटर, 150 to 160 सेंटीमीटर, 160 to 170, ऐसे. तो उसमें पूरा आपका इंटरवल आता है. सो व्हेन वी have intervals in question, then only we can make histogram next to each other, rectangles next to each other. Then number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. Okay, तो कंपनीज 5 हैं, आप उन्हें लिस्ट कर दोगे सीधे सीधे, कंपनी 1 2 3 4 ABCD, विच एवर यूल नेम देम. तो इसके लिए बार डायग्राम यूज होगा. ओके, इसमें कोई लेंथ नहीं है, इंटरवल नहीं है. नेक्स्ट वन, नंबर ऑफ पैसेंजर्स boarding train from 7 AM to 7 PM at the station. ओके, अब यहाँ पे आपको एक टाइम रेंज दे दी है, सी, फॉर 24 आवर्स की या 12 आवर्स की. ऑलराइट, सो इसको आप ब्रेक कर सकते हो, से मे बी 1 आवर का. You can take the timing as 7 AM to 8 AM, then from 8 AM to 9 AM, 9 AM to 10 AM. So इसमें intervals बन जा रहे हैं हमारे. Okay, तो जब intervals form हो जाते हैं, then we can construct a histogram. So for part B and D, we can form a histogram, not for A and C. Now next, in question number 2, children, they are saying the shoppers who come to the departmental store are marked as man, woman, boy, girl. And following is the list of shoppers who came during the first hour in the morning. So this is how they have listed. Okay, women, 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 then a girl came, boy, then again 2 women, then men, then girl, girl, girl. So this way the data, this is raw data for you now. So they're asking you to make a frequency distribution table using tally marks. We know for presenting this raw data properly, what do? We make a frequency distribution table, and then you have to also draw a bar graph to illustrate it. So simple question. All right, we had already discussed how to go about that question, that one by one we'll keep seeing the entries and we'll start making tally marks. Okay, so as W comes, we'll make a mark here, another W was there, another W was there, then, and when G comes, we'll make a line here. So you know how to prepare that tally mark. So just refer it from here and cross check whether you've got it correct or not. Okay, this oblique line is the 5th mark. So then we'll do the counting for frequency. So for men it came out to be 5 10 15, then 5 10 15 20 25, and 3 more 28, that way. Okay, so cross check if you've got a similar table, and then now changing this table to or presenting this data in the form of bar graph. So this is how you present it in a bar graph. Okay, along the horizontal line you'll mark the various things that we were talking about, that was men, women, boy and girl. So that we are showing here, M for men, W women, boy and girl. And here we'll on the vertical line we show the frequency or number count of them. Okay, so हमारा maximum 60 तक जा रहा था, so 10 10 का jump ले लिया हमने, 10 20 30 40 50 60 equidistant mark. Okay, then you have to also got to mention the scale, that we are 1 centimeter we are showing equivalent to 10 units. Every 1 centimeter is 10 units. That way you'll specify, and then according to the frequencies obtained. So for M we got 15. So if this is 10, right in between 10 and 20, 15. Okay, if you use graph sheets, your work will be made easier, because between, for every 10 centimeters you'll have 1 centimeter you'll have 10 marks in between. So you know 11, 12, that way also you can count precisely. Like here 28. So that will be 2 marks below 30. The next frequency was 5. That would be right in between here. Okay. So that is how you make your bars out here or rectangles going up to whatever frequency has been obtained here above in the table. So that would be its bar graph representation. Now see the third one, in which wages, weekly wages of 30 workers of the factory are listed here. अब ये जो wages हैं इनको हम interval form में represent कर सकते हैं, इनको हमें interval form में represent करना पड़ेगा. Alright, like in the previous one we were talking about just 4 categories: men, women, girl, boy. So there you just had to make those 4 rows, and you prepared a bar diagram for this. Now for this kind of data we have to make intervals, and corresponding the diagram that comes is a histogram. Okay, so for this question they have given you the hint, otherwise you later on you will yourself have to decide what kind of interval you should keep. So you'll check the minimum value given out here, which I see out here is 806. 4 is also there, but nothing below 800. None of the entries are below 800, so we start with 800. Okay, going up to the maximum dekh ke so and so forth 890, so maybe up to 900 we'll have to make, like that. Okay, so वो हम decide करते हैं according to the data, seeing its range, minimum value and maximum value. But since you all are starting with it, so they have given you the hint here that the intervals be taken as 800 to 810, 810 to 820, so and so forth. All right, so that way you will prepare your intervals and then you'll start making tally marks. Okay, so go through all the entries in that data, raw data, form your interval. See, so maximum is coming within 890. There is no entry beyond 890, so you can make up to 890 only. Okay, so start going through the data one by one, start making your tally marks wherever they are coming in whichever row, and then doing the counting. Check your frequency distribution table, should come something like this. Okay, and then following it, as I told you कि जब हमें interval form मिलती है तो उसके लिए histogram बनता है. So in the next question they are asking you to prepare histogram for this data. So okay, so this way we will obtain a histogram. See, histogram and bar diagram में क्या difference था हमारा? That here the rectangles come next to each other, adjacent to each other. All right, see, because the intervals were like that, 800 to 810, the frequency was say 3. Okay, so ये number of entries now, क्योंकि छोटा था, बहुत बड़ी range नहीं थी, तो 1 2 3 4 1 1 का jump ले लिया है हमने along the vertical line, showing the number of workers. Okay, and then this also we had studied कि अगर ये आपका सी, this starting point is 0 only, 0 to 800, ये बहुत बड़ा jump है. यहाँ तो हम 10 10 का jump ले रहे हैं. See, the gap out here is of 10 10 units, so every 1 centimeter 10. 800 810 then 20 then 30, तो यहाँ 10 10 का jump है. तो यहाँ पे अभी हम इतना 800 इतना नहीं दिखाते हैं, we show a breakage out here on the line. Okay, तो ऐसा ये length दिखाओगे आप यहाँ पे. That's another thing you have to take care of. And then as per the frequency obtained, you have to take the heights of the rectangle accordingly, according to different rectangles. Okay, so cross check it from here, and then there are some questions following that are okay. Now see in your books, the first part to be answered in question number 4, they've asked you which group has the maximum number of workers. So diagram बना के आपका histogram बना के आपको clearly दिख रहा है maximum. So biggest height 9. Okay, so you would say the maximum number is from 830 to 840. This is the range which has the maximum number of workers. Okay, second part के लिए उसने पूछा था आपसे how many workers earn 850 and more. So 850 and more. So from here we start 850. So earning 850 was 1. More में ये सब आ जाएंगे. All this is more than 850, right? Okay, तो ये आप सब add up कर लेते हो. 850 and more जब हमने कहा तो 850 वाले 1 हैं. Then 860 to 870 we have 3. Then you have 1 again, and here you have 4. So ये सब आप add up कर लोगे. 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4. Okay, so you would say there are 10 workers which are earning more than 850. Last part they were asking how many are less than 850. So less than 850 would be remaining here. So two ways of doing it. या तो आप इन सबको add up करो, or the other way around, you can take it as, we were talking about 30 workers, we were told already that in the previous question that this is 30 workers. So if 10 are earning more than 850, तो less than 850 will be the remaining. तो आप सीधे 30 minus 10 करके भी कर सकते हो, और maybe you can add it up from here. Add up करोगे तो भी हो जाएगा. Do it. 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9 and plus 5. Okay, so if you add that up, that way also you get 20, and obviously remaining were less than 850, so you can do it as total 30 minus 10 also. For the last question, children, this graph is shown to you, and with the help of this graph, then you have to answer certain questions. Like for the first one, they are asking you that looking at this graph, you have to find how many hours did maximum number of students watch TV. Okay, so for how many hours did maximum number of students watch TV? So ये है आपके number of students shown here, and these are the hours the students are watching the TV for. So if you see the highest, the biggest peak is here, 32, maximum number of students 32. So 32 students have been watching TV for from 4 to 5 hours. So for the first part, your answer would be, from the graph it can be observed that maximum number of students, that is 32, are watching the TV for 4 to 5 hours. Okay. Second part, how many students watch TV for less than 4 hours? Okay. So less than 4 hours ये होंगे. Okay. लेस देन 4 आवर्स में ये पूरा रेंज आ जाएगा. तो अगेन ऐसे प्रीवियस वाले क्वेश्चन की तरह वी विल एड अप ऑल दीज फ्रीक्वेंसीज. सो 1 to 2 hours भी लेस देन 4 hours है. सो 4 students from here plus 8 from here and plus 22 from here. So 4 plus 8 plus 22, that is 34 students watch for less than 4 hours. Then for the third question, what was asked is, how many students spend more than 5 hours watching the TV? So more than 5 में ये आ जाएगा जो 5 to 6 या 6 to 7 देख रहे हैं. तो ये दो entries add up हो जाएंगी. Okay, that is your 8 plus 6, 14. Right?